In the 3 years since the terrible tragedy at Sandy Hook Elementary School, there have been over 1,100 mass shootings. More than 34,000 lives have been cut short by someone using a gun. The House of Representatives has held 30 moments of silence for the victims of mass shootings since Sandy Hook. And yet we haven't taken a single vote on legislation that would help keep guns out of dangerous hands. Mr. Speaker, I think that's shameful. The American people deserve more than silence. The American people deserve a Congress that is willing to stand up and do whatever it takes to keep our communities safe. And that starts by making sure that terrorists, criminal domestic abusers, and the dangerously mentally ill don't have easy access to purchase guns in our country. And today, suspected terrorists can legally buy guns in our country. Individuals who are on the FBI's terrorist watch list can walk into a gun store, they can pass a background check, and walk out with the gun or the guns of their choosing. And they can do it legally. Since 2004, more than 2,000 suspected terrorists were able to purchase guns, and more than 90% of all suspected terrorists who tried to purchase guns in the last 11 years walked away with the weapon that they went in to buy. Now, in the wake of the horrific attacks in Orlando, Congress must make it a priority to keep deadly weapons out of the hands of suspected terrorists. There's bipartisan legislation that would prohibit those on the terrorist watch list from being able to purchase firearms in our country. This bill is common sense. If you're too dangerous to fly, you're too dangerous to buy a gun. It's long past time for the Republican leadership to bring that bill up for a vote. We also need to pass my bill, my bipartisan bill, to require background checks for all commercial gun sales. Background checks are our first line of defense when it comes to stopping dangerous people from getting firearms. And we know that background checks work. Every day, they stop more than 170 felons, some 50 domestic abusers, and nearly 20 fugitives from buying a gun. Unfortunately, in 34 states, criminals, domestic abusers, and the dangerously mentally ill can bypass a background check by purchasing guns online or at a gun show. This is a dangerous loophole that needs to be closed. Yesterday, Senate Republicans blocked consideration of no-fly, no-buy legislation and a measure to strengthen and expand background checks. Now the Republican House is going on with business as usual, without giving the American people a vote to help prevent gun violence in our country. If the Republican leadership agrees that suspected terrorists, criminals, domestic abusers, and the dangerously mentally ill shouldn't be able to buy guns, they should give us a vote. Now I'd like to yield 5 minutes to the gentlewoman from Connecticut, the woman who represents Sandy Hook, where the Newtown tragedy took place, Miss